Welcome to the Time to Practice podcast. This is a space where we talk about music practice, the ups and downs that young musicians go through related to practice and learning music, and how we as parents, caregivers, and music educators can support the young musicians in our lives, support ourselves, and support each other. My name is Christine Goodner. I'm a music educator, author, and podcaster who has made it my mission to talk about music practice and to support educators and families looking to make home practice more effective and to reduce conflict and frustration in the practice room. I'm glad you're here. A short PSA, be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen so you get automatic updates when a new episode is published. This is one of the simple ways you can help support this community-driven project. Speaking of that, you can now find us on YouTube. The handle is at Time to Practice Pod. And since I've just started, I just have a handful of subscribers there right now. So I would love your help to grow and reach my first 100 subscribers and then, eventually more. So I will put a link to find me there in the show notes. All right, on to today's episode. From time to time, I want to start sharing a short list of something related to supporting young musicians with their music journey that's very practical. And there's a lot of information out there that can come at us as parents about what we, quote, should be doing to help our child, uh, whether that's in practice or how to parent. And honestly, there's a lot of shoulds overall that can feel overwhelming related to all the things related to being a parent. And it's great to have so much information that we do these days at our fingertips. And also, it can make it really hard to decide what's the right thing to do and where to start. So, today I wanted to keep this episode super simple and share with you 5 ways you can support your child and their needs in music practice this week. Number 1, put yourself in a cheerleader or encourager role. An encouraging and positive environment to learn and practice in is so important for young musicians. I think for all musicians for that matter. And there are many situations and reasons why we as parents need to give corrective instructions or instructional comments to our children. And I would encourage you this week to see how many true, honest compliments or encouraging comments you can give to your child in music practice. This could be things like, nice focus, or that's really improving, or that's my favorite song. If you have a teen or you're not involved in practice because your child is practicing independently now, comments like, I'm so proud of you for making time to practice on such a busy day or on such a busy week. Or what's the name of that piece? I really like how it's sounding. At least in the bubble of our relationship with our child related to music, I think if we look for ways we can be encouragers and cheerleaders, even more than having to feel like we're always correcting what they're doing, or at least as a balance to that part, if we're being asked to help with that at home in practice, the more positive that practice relationship and environment can be. All right, going on to number 2. My second tip this week is listening. And if you're a Suzuki family, listen and listen to your Suzuki recording. And for everyone, listening to music that we're learning can be a great way to internalize how the piece sounds and all of the artistic and expressive elements that we want to get across. Playing music around the house or in the car, including music that is played on your child's instrument, can be great for motivation and building a music environment. And also for setting the tone that we value music here. We enjoy music together as a family. The fact that your child sees you enjoying music that you love and find inspiring of any genre really helps build a family culture around valuing and enjoying music that is priceless. So, this is something we can do that is fairly low stress, just a matter of hitting play or finding the music we're going to listen to. And again, music we're learning, but also just music that's out in the world that is inspiring to you or is inspiring to your child, hopefully a mix of both. Our third way we can support our child in music practice this week is with logistics. One important role we have as families is to just offer logistical support to make sure practice and lessons and all the other activities related to music are happening. Getting our child to the things, lessons, group classes, ensembles, orchestra, band, whatever our child might be participating in. Reminding our child that practice time is coming up if they need that. Communicating with teachers, packing the snack and the water bottle and the materials in the car, or double checking that our child, if they're responsible for that, has actually gotten all the things packed into the car that they need. These are likely things you already do, But maybe you can start to see them this week as a way that you're supporting your child in their music journey rather than just simply another task on the to-do list. I would give yourself credit for the important supportive role that you play in your child's music life. And just getting to the things and having what we need when we get there is a huge part of being a musician, I would say. You're helping your child learn what they need to take, how they need to prepare, how they need to plan, all these skills that uh, with some coaching, young musicians can learn and eventually do independently. Number 4, support your child's relationship with their teacher. In a research project on teens and motivation that I conducted with Dr. Rebecca Hansen a few years back, teens reported one of their top 3 motivators in their current musical life was their relationship with their teacher. So, how do we support this relationship as a parent or family? I'm going to give a few ideas below. There's many more you can probably think of after listening to me talk about this today. You could write your teacher a quick note of appreciation, whether that's a text or email, however you communicate with your teacher. Have your child draw them a picture or write them a little note. Say something supportive about your teacher in front of your child. Encourage your child who goes independently to lessons to ask their teacher a question if they're frustrated or confused. Have your child write a short note on Teacher Appreciation Week when it comes up. Even just a "thank you, we appreciate you" at the end of a lesson goes really far. And this may make your teacher feel good. And as a teacher, I do love that. But it's about more than that. What's what we're talking about today. A positive working relationship with one's music teacher makes a world of difference for young musicians, especially as they get older and into the teen years. And as a family, we can help nurture that and show our child what that looks like. Every musician that I know can point back to a teacher in their lives growing up who is the reason they kept playing or decided they loved music or sparked the joy and love of music in them. And helping our students build that strong relationship with teachers they work with is really worth that little bit of time and effort it takes to do those things. So in a way, we're modeling how that relationship can work. And then lastly, number 5, speaking of motivation from our last topic, I would look for one way you can help put something motivating in your child's environment this week. Maybe it's a social way for them to use their music. Maybe it's watching videos of their favorite performer together or attending a live concert, or maybe even just seeing a live concert come up in the future and putting it on the calendar and deciding to go together. Maybe it's getting on a video call with a grandparent or a family member and giving an informal concert, or showing off a current piece to a parent who isn't usually at home when practice happens and hasn't heard it in a while. If you have a teen, it is often that relationship with the teacher or having some kind of performance to get ready for or something social that feels most motivating to them. It could even be finding a piece of sheet music for a piece of music they've always wanted to learn and having an opportunity to learn that on the side in addition to their assigned tasks from their teacher. We can't make our child feel more motivated, but research does say that motivation comes from the environment we are in and having things around us that spark motivation in us. So we can look for ways to put those things into our child's week and year and musical lives. So that is my short list. Number 1, put yourself in an encourager or cheerleader role. Number 2, listen and listen and listen to music and create a musical environment at home. Number 3, support with logistics help. Number 4, supporting the relationship with your child and their music teacher. Number 5, put something motivating in your child's environment or on their upcoming calendar. And maybe you do a lot of these things already regularly. And so if so, I hope this is an encouragement to you that you're on the right track. And maybe you can think of, one thing along the lines of what you normally do that you'll do intentionally this week. If it feels like there are a lot of new ideas here that you want to think about, please consider choosing one and starting there. You can always listen to this episode again next week and add a second one. Teachers, I think this could be a great episode to share with your studio. I hope it prompts some good discussions and encourages the families that you work with as well. So with that, I am wishing you all a productive and encouraging week of practice ahead. We'll be back next week with a new interview episode. I'll look forward to being back with you again next week for that. Take care.